Have you ever looked at a photo and realized everyone was together except you? Maybe nobody meant to hurt you, maybe they simply forgot, but somehow, that tiny moment sticks with you far longer than it should. Hours later, you're still thinking about it. Days later, you're replaying it. And according to neuroscience, that's completely normal, because your brain treats social exclusion very differently than almost any other emotion. Here's something most people don't realize. Feeling left out isn't just emotional, it's biological. Researchers using brain scans discovered that the same regions activated during physical pain also become active when people experience social rejection. Think about that. Your brain literally reacts to exclusion, as if you've been injured, which explains why something as simple as not being invited somewhere can feel surprisingly painful. Even when you tell yourself, it's not a big deal, your brain disagrees. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most of the pain doesn't come from being excluded. It comes from what your mind does afterward. The human brain hates unanswered questions. So the moment something doesn't make sense, your mind starts asking questions. Why wasn't I invited? Did I do something wrong? Do they secretly dislike me? And almost instantly, it starts filling in the blanks. Unfortunately, your brain isn't trying to make you feel better. It's trying to protect you. Psychologists call this negative interpretation bias. When information is missing, the brain often assumes the worst possible explanation. Not because it's accurate, because from an evolutionary perspective, assuming danger was safer than ignoring it. Thousands of years ago, being excluded from your tribe could genuinely threaten your survival. Today, it's just a group chat, but your brain still responds using ancient software. There's another strange thing that happens. Once you feel left out, you start noticing every tiny piece of evidence that seems to confirm it. Someone replies a little slower. Someone laughs while looking in your direction. Someone makes plans without mentioning you. Individually, none of these mean anything. But together, your brain quietly builds a story. Maybe I don't belong here anymore. Psychologists refer to this as confirmation bias. Once your mind believes something, it starts collecting evidence that supports it, while quietly ignoring everything that doesn't. The scary part is, the story can begin feeling more real than reality itself. And here's the irony. People who feel left out often start pulling away first. They text less, speak less, stop showing up. Not because they want distance, but because rejection feels easier when it's self-inflicted. It's a way of staying in control. If I leave first, you can't leave me. But here's what most people never consider. You almost never know what's happening inside someone else's mind. Maybe they assumed you were busy. Maybe they thought someone else invited you. Maybe they simply forgot. Humans are surprisingly bad at understanding how their actions affect other people. Most exclusion isn't planned, it's accidental. But our brains rarely believe accidental explanations. They're far less dramatic. The truth is, feeling left out doesn't necessarily mean you don't belong. It often means your brain is trying to protect you, using instincts that evolved thousands of years ago, in a world completely different from the one you live in today. You weren't designed for unread messages, private stories, or photos that instantly remind you where you weren't. Your brain still thinks every missed invitation might mean losing the tribe. But modern life doesn't work that way. Sometimes people forget, sometimes plans change, and sometimes the story your brain tells you says far more about human psychology than it does about reality. If you've ever felt invisible in a room full of people, you're far from alone. In fact, understanding why your brain reacts this way might be the first step toward realizing that being left out and not belonging are rarely the same thing. If this video helped you understand your own mind just a little better, that's exactly why I make these videos. If you'd like to explore more of the hidden psychology behind everyday life, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.